let me just start by saying we've got a legend in the building. If I say taking over the show, if you're old like me, you know where that comes from. If you are slightly old, we are Africans. Then if you are not that old, you know him from some other things, but we'll get to that. We've got JJC Skillz in the building. Do people randomly come up to you and say, like, you say, yeah, Africans? Do you have to say, whoa?
Yeah, a lot of people, they literally sing the anthem with me whenever they see me. Yeah, it's lovely. The one that is shocking the most is when I meet people that go, Nigeria is the best land. Wow. And I'm like, well, and this person, like, is bearded up, looking quite older than me, and saying to me, oh, when I was in secondary school, I used to listen to your music.
So that's I feel like, how old am I?
And I'm thinking, okay, I don't really, yeah.
So how are you, Sam?
I'm very well.
Everything, mental health good, everything?
To God be the glory, yes. Happy days.
Yeah. So how's it been like navigating this new cycle that you've been in? Like, I think it was last week or so you were wishing for Capi, but then it was such like news, like everybody was like, JJC wishing, like how has that been, like navigating that?
Well, I'll say it's a whole new world right now where everything you say, everything you do is news, you know, so, but it's happy days, you know, happy life, and JJC is doing new and bigger, better things.
So you guys good?
Oh, family-wise, we're good. We're good. Just try to keep that off the social media for now. Just let's live our life. Which
is I think the right thing to do.
Yes, live and let live.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me just start from the beginning. You know, how did that Abdul Bello, light skin, brown skin chocolate boy like Milo, how did you get into like music in Kano? Especially given the fact that like Kano wasn't such a big like music hub at that time.
Well, actually, when I was growing up, you know, Kano was very multicultural.
Okay.
We used to have street parties where Yoruba bands used to like play all night. They used to have parties, and I used to be one of those children sitting on the balcony and watching the musicians in awe, literally projecting myself on that stage. When I grew up, or actually as a child in Kano, me and my friends actually created what you call like a local band, where we go door to door, you know, you know, and they would give us money, and it used to be fun. And from that moment in my life, I realized I really loved music, and my brother was a DJ and a producer in some sort. So I used to always, you know, follow him and listen to what he's doing. And ultimately, when my dad died when I was 14, I was moved to my sister's place in England. And that's when the true journey of JJC began.
So speaking of JJC, how did you know that you wanted to get into this music thing, like when you got to the UK?
I think for me, it was part and parcel. My brother is a DJ, he loved music, it's always got me involved in music from home. But most importantly, my journey going into school, I was that boy that came from Africa, proud Nigerian. I mean, growing up, my mom used to always tell me, Baba Dudu, my black can shine. So you know,
that was like instilled in you.
That's why even till now, I'm I'm the one that called JJC, Baba Dudu, where they shout, Awu. You know, it's something that I was very confident about, being Nigerian. So now going to a foreign land, and I'll meet people, I'll be like, oh, hello, my name is Abdul Rashid. I just come from Nigeria. And other Nigerians would literally call me JJC. And they'll be like, oh, look at that JJC. And other Jamaicans and other people, they would literally mock me. And it came to a point where it became like, they were taunting me really. So, fortunate for me, I became very good friends with the music teacher. Who allowed me access into the music room unlimited. Like so every break time, any time I had off classes, I was in the music room making music. And by making music, I was able to create beats. And then my friend, by them people that became my friends, started noticing that this JJC has skills.
Yeah, I see JJC Skillz, I see.
And literally, they started calling me Skillz. So the ones that are calling me JJC were calling me, and the ones that are calling me Skillz were calling me Skillz. So eventually, I grew up with that identity and became JJC Skillz. You know, and I think that moment was the most fundamental part of me being who I am. And once they accepted my skills, that was when I had the confidence to tell every single person that, yes, I'm Nigerian, I'm proud. Nigeria is the best land. Bow, and I started making my music.
No templates at that time in terms of like what the sound was like. So you were kind of like not even kind of like you were a pioneer, because I know that you even tried to give the name Afropean, and but it didn't really stick. It didn't stick with it, but I was that day. So I was like creating that template. Like, did you know, like in your head, that this was going to be a huge thing? Because
to be honestly, I feel in some sort like I have this prophetic vision most times, and instead of waiting for it to happen, I literally grab myself and I move. At that time, there was nothing, in my opinion. I mean, later on, I got to hear the story that at the same time as God was inspiring me, He was putting that same spirit in many people in Nigeria, and everybody was doing the same kind of thing. But this is like 1997, you know, 97, 98. So I was over there in the studios trying to find something that would bring my identity out. And I wanted it to be something that all my generation could relate to. And what we liked at that time was hip hop and R&B.
True.
So I was like, okay, I need to put that European sound with the African sound and create something new, something that we could dance to. So I started going to the studio, started putting. I did actually one of my first records was taking salsa, and I put it on the loop, and I put some hip hop beats around it, and then I got a female vocalist, Cherise, to sing "Ati Day," Big Brother Ati Day, and that song was introducing the company, the Big Brothers collective, and from that moment on, everyone started embracing it, and then literally it took off. Now, years later, I mean, all that time I was telling record labels, this is the future, this is the future. But obviously, I was a bit too
far ahead of your time.
I mean, 10 years later.
That's what I was saying.
I'm saying 10 years later, we're not talking 10 years later, is the era of I have a confession. That's 10 years later. I'm now having another meeting with these people, and I'm like, guys,
this is it.
I told you 10 years ago, but now it's happening. And they were like, I'm not sure. So another 10 years. So last Christmas, I got phone calls from some record labels, and we're full circle, 20 years. And they were like, oh yeah, oh, you know what, Skillz, we need to talk. Afrobeats is the biggest thing right now. And I'm like, God, you already missed that boat, because our superstars and our generation,
they've gone.
The new generation are already doing it. You understand? The likes of Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy, so many people, they are actually killing it. And right now, to be honest, we need you, but we don't really need you. You understand? So let's just keep it moving. You know.
So speaking of big brothers, you guys were a lot at that time in terms of like a group. Like, so how was that able to? How were you able to bring that? Like, who was in control of bringing that together? And did you think it would work at that time? Like
of course, well, basically, the Big Brothers thing was another creation by me. I thought to myself, in England, there was no group. Again, just like I did with Nigeria. At that time, I was trying to like find a group that can work for England. So what I did at that time was I had the template in my head as a young man. I loved Lux, the group, the Lux, 3 rappers. And I liked Beyonce and the group, Destiny's Child. So I thought to myself, as a DJ also, every time I used to mix those 2 people together. And I was thinking, how cool would that be to have a record with 3 rappers, 3 girls, and just blend it up and also make it pop enough that the Middle England could enjoy it. So I gave some names of rappers and singers I knew to the record label, and at that time I was already signed for publishing and as an A&R. So my first A&R job was to put together this group. So I put these names of rappers and singers that I knew from my old collective, and they came to the studio.
That video was heavy. That was a very heavy video. You came up with the cloud, and I'm like, I've never seen anything like this before. But I'm like, it was
ladies and
crazy.
gentlemen, boys and girls.
That was a very heavy video.
Amazing.
You guys used to get like comparisons to So Solid Crew. Like, do you guys get like all this? You guys are like the softer So Solid Crew.
No. We were the pop, or we were the pop
like,
group.
You said commercial.
Commercial, yeah. Because So Solid Crew at that time were a bit more gangster, a bit more street, a bit more, as they call it, more real. While we had girls singing, doing harmonies, you know, we were doing dance moves, we were in costumes. I mean, at the same time, you know, we were doing huge TV shows across the world, concerts with over 50 to 100,000 people. We were in a movie, Scooby-Doo.
Like that, the movie was large, man. The movie was large.
Platinum in Australia, platinum in England, you know, so it was definitely a wild time and a very good experience, yes.
So there's Big Brothers, then there's JJC.
Yes.
How was that transition? Like, what made you think, like, you know what, I want to transition into this, my guys?
To be honest, right? When I first started as JJC. Now, I created the group Big Brothers outside from the collective. I had a company called Big Brothers. Right? I was the big brother, taking care of my artists. Right? So the artist got signed to a record label, but I was already still JJC. The first record that I used to introduce the collective is JJC Atide. Right? So when they got signed, one of them got arrested and got put in jail 2 weeks before the video shoot. And the record label was saying, like, well, tough luck, you have to take his place. Because what you sold to us is 3 rappers, 3 singers. And we have everything ready. So, I mean, even if you look at some of the photos, you will see the guy's body and my head attached to it.
Ah, for real?
Literally.
I gotta check again.
Some of those things happened like last minute. So, and then I had to go back into the studio, re-record his verse. So, on the records. So, we rolled out, shot the video, and then now the group that I created, I'm now in the group, leaving the JJC behind and now just being known as Skillz. After like 3 months, after 6 months, he came out of jail because there was nothing wrong and it was just, you know, the system. Boom. And when he came out, I was like, bro, I'm out of here. I left the group, which at that point, everybody was already saying, oh my goodness, that's JJC from Big Brothers. I'm like, yeah, of course. Then that gave me the full like publicity I needed now to put together the 419 squad. So instead of just being JJC, I now created a squad around me, and that time they used to call us 419 boys.
Yeah, for sure.
So we said, okay, fine, JJC and the 419 squad. So that now basically came out, and
I used to call those guys MP, Queen. Are they still actively making music?
No, they're not actively making music. I think everybody has kind of grown into a new, you know, I don't know what to call it, a new self. You know, some are medics and mothers and this, you know, only stubborn few like me that's still in entertainment.
The game needs you. Can't leave rap alone.
We have like a WhatsApp group where we chat, and actually recently I just finally got everyone together to say, guys, I'm gonna send me all the records you can find. I'm gonna remaster it. I need to put out an album.
I can't think to do, because I was checking, like, I'm like,
we were before IG, you know, before
YouTube,
before iTunes, before all of this stuff. So we didn't really have the opportunity to release it. So since we still have life and hope, you know, I want to get it out there for the older generation that want to refer back to the records.
So that happened. There's huge success with the music and everything. You're staying in the UK. Then fast forward, you want to move back to Nigeria. I think a lot of people say like people that move back from abroad to Nigeria are mad. Including because I think like why are you relocating? Like obviously like what was that space and transition like you thinking, oh, I have to move back to the motherland and come and do some stuff here?
Well, for me, you know, I had a calling. I am always moved by the prophetic visions that I have. And my vision said to me, you have reached the apex of what you are able to do in England. And now you have to go to Nigeria. You know, and it was difficult because going to Nigeria meant leaving everything behind, my comfort zone. I had an office in Old Kent Road where I was doing production. I was working with High TV, doing stuff still doing African content, but doing it from there. My children and everything is like literally breaking myself away. I was the only person, I'm the last born of 13 by the way, right? I'm the last one of those in the family and everyone is in US or America. US or England or somewhere. I'm now the stubborn one that they took away from Nigeria that is bringing himself back to Nigeria. That's what everyone is saying. Why would you do it? What is wrong with you? There's no family home in Lagos. The house in Kano, you can't even stay there because it's old school. There's no one that can help you in Lagos. I said, Mio, all the people that are making it in Lagos, they don't have two heads. And they speak Yoruba. And I understand it. So what I will do is go and join where I know my future and my vision says I'm going to be great there. So I'm going to go there. So
do you think production or music, what was that thing that brought you? You're like, you know what, I can actually make an impact here.
Very simple. It's in my song, My Life. I never really had a plan B. Music and video was the future that I could see. So, plain and simple, I know I have skills in music. I know I have skills in productions. And I have been doing it and doing it all my life. So wherever I find myself, I'll always find myself comfortable because it's a passion that I turned into my profession. So I was ready. And I knew Nigeria was now ready to engage someone like myself in whatever field I find myself in. So coming to Nigeria, fortunately, after doing African Skank, We Are Africans, let me see, did the African Skank, My Life, and a couple of things. I had the opportunity to meet Funke, and literally we just blended and started creating content. Another content that now came into light is Jennifer's Diary, #1 for 7 years. Then we did the movie, the highest grossing movie of all time, Awu. So, where your vision, like where you see your vision leading you, jump on it, you know, fight for yourself. And I think that's basically what I think everyone needs to embrace. Don't look at the fact that, oh, you just made a platinum album in England and blah, blah, blah.
That's a bold move.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that matter? You know, when your vision tells you, you have done that, now do bigger, do greater. Go for it. And that's what I did. And I'm so happy I did because I keep and will keep breaking barriers because I'm daring.
You think the risk factors were not much? And I'm saying this because given the fact that you had like maybe all this publishing money and you had like some cash to go to, maybe if this didn't happen, then I'll move back. Do you have like any? You have like any?
Well, publishing is for a lifetime. So yes, I do have backup that, okay, I've written certain things. I know every 3 months I will get a certain amount of money into my account. I do know that if anything happens, I have my British passport. Oh yeah, bam, bam, I don't fly. You know, I know that I have family. I know I have security. I know. But I never had those things all my life.
Yeah,
and when all those things were built with time.
Yeah.
You know, right now I can say I have Lagos and I know certain things in Lagos and I can achieve certain things in Lagos. Why? Because
I now know the system.
Because I now know. Yeah. So all of those things that I know and all of those things, or all the things that I have now, I only have it because I was daring enough to leave myself, to leave my comfort zone and keep chasing. In England, I know a lot of people in England that haven't achieved half of the things that I have achieved. Yeah. And they're still very comfortable, living a very lovely life, but they haven't achieved a lot of things that you call notoriety. Yeah. Well, who cares about that? Everybody's different.
Yeah. I think I was watching you the other day on Bigfoot and Mr. Akiemilo's live, speaking about publishing. Yeah, so I just want to quickly touch on that. Like, how important is that for like music? Because a lot of people still don't understand. Like, you don't have to be like an artist to be able to like eat off this music and like have stuff to do.
It's very, very important to understand music business. And if you heard in that talk, I was saying, when I was growing up, one of the things they taught me was it's music business. Look at it from the letters of the word. Music is like fire and business has so much more. So which means focus on the business, not the music. If you want to survive, and that's why I'm surviving. If you want to survive, focus on the business. Some of the aspects of the business is writing, producing, performing, and all of those things. Now, learn to have the right agreements with those songs, because those songs, if placed in the right places, could mean that you never have to work again for the rest of your life. Depending on your
leverage,
well, no, extravagance
living.
You know? If you can make a record that gives you, for instance, you're making $3,000
and stuff.
Let's say $3,000 every 3 months. So you know you can equate that you're making 1,000 every single month. 1,000 every single month is like 700 and something now. So which means you know that's how much you're making. You can now budget yourself to probably spend half, save half, and blah, 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 depending on how you do your life. Now, that's the same thing with music. With music, if you can like focus and do the writing, right, and do the producing and do the delivering of the work, literally you can set yourself up as a songwriter making a lot of money, or a producer, or something in the business of music.
So you don't have to be like a singer.
Not
everybody has to be
everybody has to be in the front and singing on the microphone. Unfortunately, that's why till now my inbox is full with people saying, "Oh, when are you dropping the next song? When are you dropping the next song?" Guys, listen, right now, go listen. I'll just forward them. Go listen to Dave Wills, the brand new Yoruba demon who is absolutely hot. They'll listen to him and they'll go, "Wow, he's really good." I say, "Yeah, better than me, right?" It's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." Now listen to that. That's what I'm pushing. You will hear my writing behind that. You will hear my inspirations behind that. Do you understand? It's a wonderful collaboration of the new generation and the older generation coming together to create new things. And my position and experience can only be put into very good use in that kind of aspect, than for me to be chasing the limelight and chasing the center stage. Yeah, true. Yes, sometimes I do feel it in my bedroom thing. Whoa! Hey, I should drop a single.
You can't really like leave you like that. Just you're into it.
Yes, of course, it's normal. But ultimately, you think to yourself, what greater good can you serve in this time while you are around? And yes. That's basically my thought process.
So did you ever think that Afrobeats would make it this far? And I'm saying that because...
Come on.
I'm saying that because a lot of people are now like, it shouldn't be this exposed, that it's going to be appropriated. People are going to take the sound and run with it and all those kind of things. So what's your opinion on that?
Well, I think people just need to be very happy that finally the prayers of people like myself for how many years has now been answered, which means that we have now just started scratching the surface. I want a boy, just like now we have Wizkid as an example. I want a young boy from Lagos, Port Harcourt or somewhere in the next few years to make a record from his bedroom and become a billionaire. Right? That's what I want, because we have the population across the whole world and we need our new generation to bridge that gap. Where the government can't do it, let our music do it. Let our movies do it. And let me tell you now, it's happening. If people start continuing to understand what music business is, hey, I did a documentary 20-something years ago, and I was saying, one day, maybe when I'm an old man, you will see African music taking center stage in England.
Oh, yeah, not that old. And
I'm not bloody old yet.
And it's here.
And it's happening. So I do have sometimes that proud daddy moment, especially like when I see like Wizkid in England.
Yeah, it's all these that came under you, band, jazzy, like all this. Like,
listen, I'm ecstatic. I'm posting it on my social media going, yes, it has happened. And I think there's still more to happen. And I'm so glad that we are getting to this stage now, because all the record labels are coming back. The ones that ran away are not all coming back. They're not engaging us in businesses like publishing, because all the artists, and from my time to date, have been struggling with their publishing. We've been making music but never really making money from our publishing. But it's starting to change. Our music is everywhere. So to God be the glory, a new Africa is emerging.
I like that. Speaking of a new Africa, I always wonder what it is like to be like a fly on the wall in some of all these recording sessions. What was it like recording with Africans? Like, what was the inspiration behind that?
Funny enough, that record was an exceptional one. I was sleeping in my bed 3 o'clock in the morning. I had a dream, a prophetic dream of, we are Africans, Africans are who? In my dream. So I was like, I woke up, and my girlfriend at that time was like, what's wrong, what's wrong? I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to go to the studio now. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, I literally got up, went to the studio, and I started recording the record. By the time it was 8 o'clock in the morning, when my friends arrived, there was the record, the first verse was done, and the big brothers, they came in, they were like, what is this? Oh, you know what, I'm jumping on. I was born in Jamaica with African roots, you know, and literally it was just a very, very vibrant room. Everyone was just so proud to be African, and it was just a movement. And I didn't want to leave it just to that room. I wanted everyone to feel that vibe, and I literally went on the road with it. Did a remix in England, one in Nigeria, two in Nigeria, one in Sierra Leone, Zimbabwe. You know what, I'm even thinking about doing a new...
It wouldn't be bad though. Gen Z remix.
Gen Z remix.
So another song on this one is CBC Wahala.
Yes.
Wait, first of all, was the band annoying with the harmonica back then? Did you just used to play like everywhere, like everywhere, just play? Was it very annoying with the harmonica back then?
I remember, I'm sure he will remember. Back then, when he would turn up to the studio, or when we're going to events, the band would turn up and be like, yeah, boss man. He's very, very charismatic.
Very animated,
yeah, he's very animated. Yeah, boss man, I'm here. I'm like, where's your harmonica? Baba, I don't need it now. Hey, wait till you talk. Go back home. Go and get yours. You have to run home. Go and bring his harmonica, because, you know, I attached the band with that harmonica as part of his image, and that made him different.
Crazy. The harmonica on CBC Wahala was
literally,
amazing.
And literally, he absolutely always delivered 100%, and eventually became the thing that made the band the band. True, that's so cool. Yeah.
So fast forward to now, are you still? I know that, like I said, music can like really leave you. So like, are you actively recording or actively like making music?
Well,
I'm pushing from behind the scenes.
Well, again, there's I have constantly been doing music. I haven't really stopped doing music because it's a passion. So what I have done is, while working with Scene1 Productions, I set up like SOP Records, where I was working with some artists like Martin Fields, and he had that Secure the Bag record with.
I remember that.
Yeah. So and I had a TV show called Industry, where I was teaching music industry business through the TV show, like signing record deals and opportunities, how people use it or misuse it. Then after that, I started So Kids TV. I don't know if you heard about that. Well, So Kids TV is very, very interesting, because what I do with that platform is teach children Yoruba, English, Igbo, Hausa, even sign language, you know. And through that platform, we make music that makes it easier to learn. So edutainment. I don't know if you heard or seen trending online. There was this Please
don't tell me it was you.
I'm the one that called you.
No, are you serious? No way.
I claim it. You know, so what, again, I'm pushing the envelope.
Nice.
You know, and what I'm doing now is I'm targeting the I won't call it Gen Z, the children of the Gen Z, right? Yeah. So that I can start implementing the change right from the beginning.
True.
If I can get that, you know, one thing that I have been doing all this time and people didn't realize or haven't realized is I'm actually like a Yoruba ambassador. Like when I was even in England, with the little Yoruba I knew, I was trying to teach English people, like records like Kilon Shale. Wa means come, Otiton means done. Ibo Lotiwa, where you from? Brixton. You know, England, what's up? Jamaica, Wagwan, Nigeria, say Kilon Shale, right? So now now I'm still doing the same thing, but instead I'm going
How good is your Yoruba now?
Huh?
How good is your Yoruba now?
My Yoruba is very good, though. Right? I don't talk to a Ijile.
I didn't know that was you.
Yes, sir.
That was so viral on Twitter one time, like, and I was like, that's crazy, man.
You know, it's still the same thing. It's just teaching and using the platform to reach a wider audience. And now, even there's one I did. How do you say good morning?
I still on YouTube.
It's all on YouTube. Just type in So Kids TV.
So Kids TV. Okay.
So Kids TV. Check it out. Share it to the family and to the children. They will learn. Trust me. I have like little kids doing. I'll go to them now. Like my sons are like 3 years old. The little babies. I'll go to them. How do you say good morning? And literally they'll go. And they'll prostrate because inside the video they saw the cartoon prostrated. So this is very, very important. And I keep on getting messages from parents, especially in the diaspora, just praying for me, saying, please don't stop. This is helping my children. I'm finally having a platform to actually communicate and play with them with this language. So, hello, I'm so happy, I'm so grateful, and I'll keep doing it. So yes.
So production exec on one side, record label exec on the other side. Speak about record label, like what's that like?
Well, I have, okay, that's for the children. So now I have something I'm doing for the adults. Dun, 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 dun. It's called AfriStar.
Okay.
And you will see me on my page right now pushing a lot of songs from a young, talented, amazing singer called Dave Wills. And a lot of people are always saying to me, is that your new artist? Is that your new artist? Yes, I have taken him under the umbrella of AfriStar. Okay. But AfriStar is not a record label, right? We are just like a development platform. We would give you the platforms, take you out, showcase you to the world, record your song if need be, and make sure we get your voice and your talent to the right place, hoping that the right investors, bigger record labels, smaller record labels can partner with you and get you to the next stage of your career. So that's basically what I'm doing right now with AfriStar. And Devos is my, you call it the first person that I'm using to showcase this platform.
Can't wait to hear more of his stuff. Man.
Oh,
can't wait to hear
well, let me tell you something. You don't have to wait too long. Go right now and iTunes, any music platform, type Dave Wills Yoruba Demon. DAVEWILLZ. And you will find an album called Yoruba Demon. Literally, it is the toasting Bible for any Yoruba man. Yes. If you have a babe out there.
Say no, we're going to use it.
Oh yeah, send it.
I'm going to use it. I just want to tell you finally, like, I hope you know, like, you're a legend. Like, I know sometimes you might wake up feeling like, oh man, these guys don't appreciate me much, but yeah, like, appreciated. Legendary stuff you've done from
I appreciate
your journey, like the UK to what you're doing now, production, music, everything.
But you know something that's funny?
Legendary.
You know what's funny? I don't live based on that. This is what I live on. What have you done for them lately?
True.
So, you know, say, what have you done? What impact have you? I can sit here and say about what I've done in 20 years ago, and blah, 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 10 years ago, or even what I've done last year, and blah, blah, blah. But what I've done last year is last year.
We're still feeling the ripple effects.
Yeah, it's last year. Now, what I'm trying to do this year to next year is what I am very excited about. Today, for instance, I'm working on a reality TV show called The Big Break Moment. And on this Big Break Moment, we have 20 students from all across Nigeria camped in a house and reality TV show, and I'm going to be giving them lessons in music, in acting, in different kind of things. So I'm very excited about that.
About what's coming.
You know, and then with AfriStar, I'm about to launch an app. And this app literally is like a database for talent. All across Africa, I'm trying to put all these talented people on this app so that other people can seek them, engage them in business, and for me, I'll be able to do my CSR, which is literally giving free music videos and free movies for upcoming artists. So yeah, the history is still yet to be written.
I don't know what team I'm dashing you. Legendary stuff still, man. Now, tomorrow, and forever.
Thank you.
That's all, man. And there you have it, guys. JJC Skillz on the whole truth. Yeah.